Good morning, all of you. I'm Purnima and I'm back with the lesson The Enemy. Till now, we have already studied that a man was there and he was found staggering near the ocean. Now, in the beginning, I've told you Dr. Sadako and his wife Hannah. So, Dr. Sadako, when he was a child, his father dreamed a lot about him. And just to fulfill his dream, he went to USA, he went to America, and there he studied about medicine. So his medical profession, his medical degree he had taken from America. When he came back to Japan, he not only became a famous surgeon, but he was appointed as a scientist also. Now when he went for study in America, he met a girl, and the name of that girl was Hannah. They both started liking each other, but as per the wish of his father that he wanted him to marry a girl who belonged only from Japan. Now they both were attached to each other, they both were attracted to each other. After understanding and after confirming that she is belonging from a race which is purely of Japan, he then decided to marry her. Finally, he married her, they came back, and his father also accepted him as his wife. Life was going peacefully. He was appointed as a surgeon as well as a scientist. Now, he was a surgeon in the army. He was working in the army as a surgeon. This much I've told you. And Hannah and Dr. Sadako, they used to love each other very much. So from here I'm starting once again. So once upon a time, they were near the balcony of their house. Suddenly they heard a noise. Okay, and then they both went outside the balcony, and let's see what happened there. So from here I'm studying. It was at this moment that both of them saw something black came out of the mist. Now both of them, what did they see? They saw something of the black color. It came out from the mist. It was a man. He was flung up out of the ocean. Flung up means throw up with force. So he was thrown up with force from the ocean. It seemed to his feet by a breaker. Now breaker were the rocks near the surface. These rocks, they were doing the job of the breaker as they were between the sea waves and between Dr. Sadako's house. So it seemed that his feet was collided near the breaker, and he staggered a few steps. Staggered means his steps were not able to, there was no uniformity in his step. Staggered means not uniformity. So he staggered, that means he was not able to walk properly. His steps were not uniform. His body outlined against the mist. Only the shape of his body could be detected. No, they were not able to see him clearly. His arms above his head. They could only see that his arms were above his head. Then the cold mist hit him again, and then again he was surrounded by mist or fog, and the couple could not see him. Who is that? Hannah cried. Now Hannah was curious. She came to knew that somebody was there near her house. So she was a bit worried also, and then she asked, "Who is that?" Hannah cried. She dropped Sadako's arm, and they both leaned over the railing of the veranda. Leaned means to bend. So when she realized that somebody is there near her house, she released the arms of her husband, and then she asked, "Who is that?" Now they saw him again. Again they could see him. The man was on his hands and knees crawling. Now this time that man was not standing, he was simply crawling. With the help of his hands and knees, he was crawling. Then they saw him fall on his face and lie there. And then what happened? That man, he just fell down on his face and he was lying there. A fisherman, perhaps. Now, Soda did not even dream that he was a person from the American army. He just guessed, he told कि it might be some fisherman. Soda said, washed from his boat. Maybe he is lost from his boat. He ran quickly down the steps, and behind him now he came down with the help of the steps, and Hannah ran behind him, her white sleeves flying. So she was putting kimono, and the upper portion of the kimono, what was that thing which I told you? What name was given to that, which a loose outer garment wore over the kimono? Did you remember? Yes, it was haroi. To the sleeves of the haroi, it came flying, and a mile or two away on either side there were fishing villages. At first they thought that it must be a fisherman, because a mile or two from both the side there were fishing villages were there near his house. But here was only the bare and lonely coast, dangerous with rocks. The surf beyond the beach was spiked with rock. Surf is the deep sea. Here the deep sea was spiked. Spiked means heavily sharp pointed. That means the rocks were pointed. Rocks were there near his house on the beach. Somehow the man had managed to come through them with the help of those rocks. Anyhow, he had arranged to come near them. He must be badly torn. He must be badly torn. That means he must be badly wounded, because he was not able to walk. He fell many times. Sometimes he was now crawling. They saw when they came toward him that indeed it was so. And definitely when they came towards him, when they came near him, and they saw that he was really very much wounded. The sand on one side of him had already a stain of red soaking through. He was so badly wounded that even the sand which was at one side of him, even that was a stain of red soaking through. That means a blood stain was there on the sand. Stain means dirty mark or the discolored area. That discoloration was there due to the blood, red blood, and it was soaking through the sand. The blood was flowing upon the sand, and the sand was soaking the blood. That's why it became discolored. He is wounded, Soda explained. He made haste to the man who lay motionless. Now Soda, when he saw the condition of the man, he announced that he is wounded very badly. He made haste to the man who lay motionless. Now he very quickly ran to the person and who was laying motionless. Motionless means now that man was not moving. So who lay motionless, his face in the sand. His face was there in the sand. An old cap is stuck to his head, soaked with seawater. He was putting an old cap which was stuck to his head and which soaked a lot of seawater. He was in wet rags of garments. Now his whole clothes, it was wet. Soda stopped Hannah at his side and turned the man's head. They saw the face. A white man, Hannah whispered. Now Hannah was by the side of Sodeko. They went towards the man. They turned the man's head and they saw the face. A white man. Now they hear white man is referred to the Americans. Yes, it was a white man. The wet cap fell away. They were his wet yellow hair. Now you can see the physical feature of that man. Here from this line you can see, we will know about the physical feature of that person. as though for many weeks it had not been cut, and upon his young and tortured face was a rough yellow beard. He was unconscious and knew nothing that they did for him. So that person, he was having a rough yellow beard with a long yellow hair, and he was unconscious. He was lying unconscious. He was not knowing that these people, they are doing what they are doing for him, what they did for him. Now Sadhu remembered the wound, and with his expert fingers he began to search for it. Now Sadhu remembered the blood, and now he started searching for the wound. Being a surgeon, his expert's finger, he began to search for it. Blood flowed freshly at his touch. The moment he had touched the wound, the blood started flowing in a very fast manner. On the right side of his lower back, Sadhu saw that a gun wound had been reopened. Now what did he saw? He saw that somebody had shot him with a gun, where at the right side of his leg. He Sadhu saw that a gun wound had been reopened, that somebody had shot him with gun and that wound had been reopened. The flesh was blackened with powder. Now the whole flesh was blackened with powder. Sometime not many days ago the man had been shot and had not been tended. It seemed that he was shot many days ago and he did not take care of his wound. It was bad chance that the rock had struck the wound, and very badly it was his bad luck that when he was near the ocean lying unconscious, that when his body struck those rocks, that rock had struck the wound. Struck means to hit. Struck means, write the meaning, hit. Oh, how he is bleeding, Hannah whispered again in a solemn voice. Now Hannah was solemn means very serious. Now Hannah was very serious now, and she told that how he is bleeding, that and how badly he is bleeding. The mist screamed them now completely. Now it was a mist which covered them, which screened them. Screened here means to cover them. Now they were not able to see. And at this time of day, no one came by, and generally this time nobody come to near house. The fishermen had gone home, and even the chance beachcombers would have considered the day at an end. Now there was no fisherman, even the beachcombers. Now beachcombers are those peoples who come to the beach and they find out something like shells, some decorative item from the sea. They just collect it and then they go and sell that thing. So the beachcomber as well as the fisherman, they were not to be seen. You can write the meaning of beachcomber: a person who walks along beaches collecting interesting or valuable things, either for pleasure or to sell. So nobody was to be seen. Beachcombers, you can see here I am writing, I have marked beachcombers would have considered that day at an end. What shall we do with this man? Sadhu muttered. Now first of all, he was a white man. He was an American. Americans were the enemy of Japanese people. So he was not able to decide whether he should take care of that man or he should leave him like that. Now he wanted to have his wife decision. So he's asking, what shall we do with this man? Sadhu muttered. But his trained hands seemed of their own will to be doing what they could to stanch the fearful bleeding. Now he was asking, but at the same time his expert hand, being a surgeon, He was expert. He was stanch means to stop the flow of something. His fingers were moving upon his body in such a way as just to stanch the blood. That means he was touching those places where the blood could be, from where the blood could be stopped. He packed the wound with the sea moss. So sea moss, that green color moss which we found in the sea, now he was not having anything to cover the wound. Now he saw some sea moss was there. He took that sea moss, he covered the wound and strewed the beach. Strewed means spread over a surface. So that sea moss was spreading, that was spreading all over the surface. The man moans. Moans means cried with pain. He was very badly, he was suffering pain and he started moaning. He moans with pain in his stupor. Stupor means sleep, or a state in which you are not able to think. So he was, it's just like consciousness, it's just like a long deep sleep. So that man was moaning. Moaning means he was cried with pain, but he did not awaken. But still it seems that he was unconscious. He did not seem to awaken. The best thing that we could do would be to put him back in the sea. So the best thing that we could do would be to put him back to the sea, Sodao said, answering himself. Now he wanted actually to know Hannah's decision. So he considered also what to do to this man, and he gave the answer also himself, that the best thing that we could do would be to put him back in the sea. Now he told his wife that he wanted to put him back again to the sea. So Sodao said, answering himself. Now that the bleeding was stopped for the moment, he stood up and dusted the sand from his hand. Now what happened? Now next thing, first what Dr. Sadeko had done. What he had done? Yes, he had put sea moss upon his wound, and now next what he is doing, he is not able to decide whether he would take to his house and treat him, or should he throw to the sea water once again, because he was an American person. He was a person belonging from his enemy side. Now the bleeding was stopped, but for the moment he stood up and dusted the sand from his hand. Now what happened? The dust, there was a lot of sand, and he knew that if a sand will go inside the wound, it would prove more dangerous. So he started dusting the sand. Dusting means he started taking out the sand from the hands of that American. Yes, undoubtedly that would be best. Now Hannah told that would be the best thing. According to her wish also, she did not want him to be in his house. Hannah said steadily. So this she told even I don't want to have it in my house. But she continued to stare down at the motionless man. But at the same time, she was looking at the motionless man. That motionless, why? Because he was conscious. If we sheltered a white man in our house, we should be arrested. And if we turned him over as a prisoner, he would certainly die, Sodao said. Now there was a dilemma in the mind of Sadeko. Dilemma means he was confused. He was not able to take decision. So there was a dilemma in his mind, and what was that? If we shelter a white man in our house, we should be arrested. Now he was an enemy. He was the enemy, that American person. He was the enemy of Japanese army. And Dr. Sodeko was working for Japanese army. So he told, if we will give shelter to him, if we will keep him here, then we should be arrested. And if we turn him over as a prisoner, he would certainly die. Now he is telling, but if we would turn him, if we will give him back to the army as a prisoner, they will kill him. The kindest thing would be to put him back into the sea, Hannah said. So, according to Hannah, we should not give them, we should not, and just to save ourselves also, just to save Hannah and their family, they don't want to keep him in their house, as well as they don't want him to hand over to the Japanese army, otherwise they knew what would be his fate, he would be killed. So it was Hannah's decision. She told that kindest thing would be to put him back into the sea. But neither of them moved. They were staring with a curious repulsion upon the inert figure. Repulsion means a feeling of very strong delight, a feeling of very strong dislike. So this word you can see here, repulsion. So they were staring. Now both were staring that white American fellow, not able to decide what to do, and they were repulsed. They were repulsed. It means both of them did not like that white American. What is he? Hannah whispered. Now Hannah wanted to know that who is he? Who is that person is? There is something about him that looks American, Sadao said. He took up the battered cap. Yes, there, almost gone, was a faint lettering, a sailor, he said, from an American warship. It spelled it out in the U.S. Navy. The man was a prisoner of war. Now, they started looking at American very carefully. Okay, and suddenly Dr. Sadeko, he took up the battered cap. He took up the cap of that white man, and what did he saw? He saw that something was written. He spelled it out. U.S. Navy. With a great difficulty, they were able to see that it was written U.S. Navy, and he was a prisoner from an American warship. This was a man. He told that this man was a prisoner of war. He has escaped, Hannah cried softly. Hannah told her that, but that prisoner of war, that means that American person, he had escaped. And that is why he is wounded. And when he must be escaping, somebody must have shot him, and that's why he was wounded. In the back, Sado agreed. And Sado also agreed because the bullet was at the back, not in the front of back. So they hesitated, looking at each other. Then Hannah said with resolution, "Come, are we able to put him back into the sea?" Now they were hesitating. They were not able to decide that what they should do. And finally, Hannah told Ki, why don't we leave him to the sea? Come, are we able to put him? Now she is telling, come, put him back into the sea. No, if I'm able, are you? So I ask, if I'm able, are you? He's telling, if I can put him into the sea, then you can also put him into the sea. No, said Hannah, but if you can do it alone. She told, I don't want to touch that fellow. You have to do it all alone. You have to throw him back to the sea. Sadao hesitated again. The strange thing is, he said, that if the man were whole, I could turn him over to the police without difficulty. I care nothing for him. He is my enemy. All Americans are my enemy, and he is only a common fellow. You see how foolish his face is, but since he is wounded, now Dr. Sodeko, he wanted to help that person eagerly. He is telling. Sadeo hesitated again. He told, what did he told? He tell that The strange thing is, he said that if the man were whole, I could turn him over to the police without difficulty. He's telling he is not a whole man. A wound is there with him. He is mourning, he is crying badly, his state is not good. If he would be in the better state, I would handed him over to the police. I care nothing for him. This is simply he's telling, I only care this. Otherwise, I don't care anything about him, because he is my enemy. All Americans are my enemy, and he is only a common fellow. He said, all the Americans are my enemy, and he is a common fellow. That means he also belongs from the enemies group. You see how foolish his face is, but since he is wounded, but he is saying only one thing is troubling me, that still he is having a wound in his body. You also cannot throw him back to the sea, Hannah said. Then there is only one thing to do. We must carry him into the house. Now Hannah is telling, oh, if his condition is such a critical, then we cannot throw him back to the sea. She told, there's only one thing is left with us now. We must carry him into the house. Now she gave her decision that she will carry that person to the house. But the servant Sadhu inquired. Now he is a bit scared. He told that but servants are there in the house, and if they will complain about him, then he would be arrested. We must simply tell them that we intend to give him to the police, as indeed we must, Sadhu. Now Hannah is giving him suggestion. He is telling, if they will ask, we will tell them that we are intending to give him to the police. Intent means it is our wish. Here it means our wish. That means definitely it is our wish that we will give that man to the police, because he is our enemy. We must simply tell them that we intend to give him to the police, and indeed we must. And she told, and we will also. Later when he will be all right, we will do also. We must think of the children and your position. She is telling, first, why to have our life in risk, because we are already having 2 children. And your position, and you are also working in the army. You cannot give shelter to the person who is your enemy. You are working in the army, you are a doctor in the army, so we have to think about your position also. You're not an ordinary man. For the safety of the children and for your safety, we must give him to the police. It would endanger all of us if we did not give this man over as a prisoner of war. Now she is telling, if we will not do that, then we all will be, our life of whole family will be in danger, because this man is a prisoner of war. Certainly, Sadhu. I agreed. I would not think of doing anything else. Now Sadhu, at this moment, he wanted to cure that person. So now whatever Hannah is telling, he is agreeing to that. So what she told that we must simply tell that we intend to give him to the police, as indeed we must. Today we must think of the children and your position. It would endanger all of us if we did not give this man over as a prisoner of war. Certainly. Now Sadhu told, yes, I would also thinking to do something like that. Thus agreed, together they lifted the man. He was very light, like a fowl that had been half starved for a long time. Now they lifted that man. He was not having enough weight. He was as weak as a fowl. Fowl means a hen with only feathers and a skeleton. So his weight was light because he was half starved. He had not eaten for many days. So his arms hanging. Now his arms were hanging. They carried him up the steps and into the side door of the house. So they took him into the side door of the house. The door opened into a passage, and down the passage they carried the man towards an empty bedroom. Now a bedroom was empty in their house, and guess whose bedroom was that? Yes, it was the bedroom of Sodeo father. So they took him to the bedroom of Sodeo's father, and since his death it had not been used. Now since his death, that bedroom had not been used. So this is all for today. Go through the lesson once again, and whatever word meaning I am giving you to jot it down, please jot it down and learn it. Thank you and have a nice day.